Well, good morning, good morning. I feel like it's been a while. I've been traveling so much, and today I kind of wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my brain and just keep it real, keep it raw, keep it human. What to talk about when you don't know what to talk about. So we're gonna dive into that. But first, check-in time. How are you? I see Callie in here, of course. French press, 101 degrees where French press is. It's gonna be 105 where I am. So, ouch. Let's see, Marcus, 82 Fahrenheit, too warm for you. Come to the 105. Lovely rain in the UK. I didn't realize the magical Mr. Paul Dixon was in the UK. Is that your normal residence or just visiting? Yes, that is where he lives. And yeah. Paul is definitely in the UK. What is it like in the UK right now? For the first time, French press beat Sammy. Congratulations. I would stop all movement. And here I am like, okay, it's paddleboarding weather. Let's go. Let us go. 64 degrees and rainy in the UK, while over here we are burning up. Oh boy. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. I'm just pulling everything up. This is going to be a total cash stream because I really wanted to kind of like have a heart to heart, but also kind of give you some value to like kind of take and run with in your own world. Dude, Barry in the house. Been a minute. 67 on the central coast of California. Central coast? Which part of California are you in? Do you live there? I don't remember. I mean, I know you're in California a lot. Do you live there or are you visiting? Hello, Eagle. How are you? Congratulations on 41 months of membership. Tuesday is the new Friday. It is indeed. So here's the deal, guys. A native. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. So yeah, we're going to get into it. But if you have questions about anything, I'm going to take a few minutes to kind of talk through some things, some ideas, some conversation with you. But I think that, I'll open it up for any questions as well if you have anything you want to talk about. So you can go ahead and type Q and get yourself in my queue to be able to answer your questions. Okay. So let's kind of dig in. Let me know where you're watching from as you join as well. So here's the deal. I changed up the summer schedule for our live stream, and it has thrown my whole world. Well, not just that, but it has thrown my content plan kind of in discombobulation mode, if that's a word. It is now. And so we went from Fridays at 10 a.m. to Tuesdays at 9 a.m. And ever since I chose that date, it was like, nope, not working. Like I haven't been consistent on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific at all because of travel, because of content. I'll explain what I mean by that, like content ideas and strategy. And the 9 a.m. just doesn't seem like it's working. And so one thing to consider here is people always ask me, what time do I stream? What time do I stream? What time do I stream? What's the best time to stream? And my answer to that is it has to work for you. First of all, it has to work for you. Your audience will work it in if they can. If not, they'll watch the replay. But first and foremost, it has to be good for you. The example I like is I'm an early morning girl, except for this morning. Holy cow. I felt like a brick waking up. I was like, I need coffee drip, please. But normally I wake up at 4 a.m. and I am dead in my brain by 3 p.m. Like if you want me to be creative after 3 p.m., you're out of luck, So I'm an early morning bird. And if I chose to stream at 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. or 7 p.m. or midnight, it's not going to work. You're not going to get any value from me, right? And so it has to work for you and your schedule. I thought 9 a.m. would totally work for me. There were some reasons in my own schedule that would be perfect, that it would be perfect for, but it's just not fitting. And so I, announcement. We're changing the schedule again. Tuesdays at 10 a.m. We're going to try. And I realize that, the key here, and I'm just being totally raw and totally honest with you guys throughout this entire process because you face the same things. We were 10 a.m. on Fridays for years. And so it's going to be difficult to change that schedule. There were really good reasons for me to change that schedule. And it kind of sucks to change a schedule on you, right? You have to change your calendar. You have to change all of these things. Yeah, midnight with Luria, that's the way to go. Oh, that won't be good. But it is like, it is going to take a lot of consistency. We have very low view counts for what we normally have on Tuesdays because y'all aren't used to it. I'm not being consistent, right? Like the whole thing. And so that's one part of this conversation that I just wanted to have with you is schedule and consistency and how important it really is. It does have to work for you. And I have some travel coming up that I'm just going to have to figure it out, right? And maybe do some stuff on the fly while traveling and things like that. But consistency, massively important in terms of getting specifically a live audience. For recorded videos, you can actually be a little less a little bit more loose in terms of upload time. Maybe day is more important, but time doesn't necessarily matter as much as it used to. But for live stream audiences, absolutely it does. And so that's maybe a video I should do. What do you guys think? It's a good video. And so that's kind of one piece of this. The second piece for me, in terms of thinking and you guys know what I'm talking about, when you're what do I do? I haven't wanted, I'm just gonna be totally raw and honest. I keep telling you that I have not wanted to do a live stream in several months most of this year because I I guess not most of this year. The past couple of months, the past few, 2-3 months have been really difficult for me because one, I changed things and then the time and schedule. And then two, I'm in between some things. So we have some things, really exciting things coming up soon, but they're not ready. And I have a content plan for when that happens. However, in the here and now, while I'm waiting for that to be ready to rock and roll, I kind of wake up in the mornings and I'm like, what am I going to stream about? I don't want to stream. So, that is really a truth for us all. If you do any amount of consistent streaming, you can have a content plan and you can be consistent, and there are going to be days or periods of time when you just say, I got nothing. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I know my stuff. I've been doing this for 18 years. I could literally talk about anything regarding video and live streaming, but I'm holding back. And I would never advise, if one of my students in my coaching program came to me and said, this thing that I'm about to tell you, I would give them the answer I'm about to give to you. But I'm not following it myself because we all know how hard it is to follow our own advice. So I, because we have this thing that's coming up and a content strategy that I'm waiting to implement when these things are ready to rock and roll, right now I'm I want to hold back on that content strategy because it's not ready. How many times have you guys heard me tell you, don't wait for it to be ready? Imperfect action, right? And so I think I'm trying to take my own advice, but also there is a reality of that. And so what I wanted to kind of talk to you today about is some ideas for when you don't know what to talk about. So I love this. Marcus says, when I'm struggling, I stream about the struggling. David says, I ask the audience. Fantastic. The sweet spot is when your audience builds a habit of watching you live. Yes, that's why consistency works for sure. I'm doing a lot of traveling lately. This summer is I feel like I'm not at home. Like the amount of times I'm like, hey, pet sitter, do you have availability? Or am I going to take my pet with me? Right? Like, I don't feel like I'm at home much. That's not true, but when you travel a lot, that can feel true. Do as I say, not as I do. That is absolutely true. So if you have questions about anything, definitely bring it on, put a Q in front of it. But the reality is you sometimes will hit that moment or periods of time where you're like, I don't know. What do I talk about today? I could talk about anything, but maybe I'm not ready on this. And the other thing is, today I actually had a plan for a stream because there's an issue that a lot of people seem to be facing with dropped streams using a particular service. And I was doing some research yesterday. I was planning this stream for today, and I was just like hitting some walls on it because I don't want to make claims that I'm not ready to make claims about. I don't want to say something about a service that isn't necessarily true. So I'm trying to dig and uncover the truth on it. And so there's just a lot going on in the streaming world space in terms of companies and companies and services. And anyway, so I had a plan for a stream about something kind of like a problem that I keep seeing people face and that I even have potentially faced myself, but I'm trying to tie it all together. So I wasn't ready to do that stream today because I needed more information before I'm ready to say what I want to say. So it's just been kind of like, okay. I'm going to come back to some of your comments and questions, but here's the thing. When you don't know what to talk about, I want to give you some topic ideas just to have in your pocket. Number one, what's upcoming for you? I keep mentioning that we have some really exciting stuff coming up, and usually I drop more hints than I am. But if I were willing to right now drop some details, maybe I have some travel coming up that I can talk to you about, which I will here in a second. Like, for example, here, let's just talk about it, right? Upcoming events in your own world, whether it could be ancillary in terms of connection to the kind of topic that you normally deliver on. But, for me, B&H and Rode are putting on in person at the B&H store a creator roundtable. And so Podcastage and Tom Buck and I will be on a panel talking about podcasting, all things podcasting. And I'm really excited about that. They invited me. We're going to be there in store. So if you're in the New York area, want to come down and hang out with me at B&H, would love to see you there. I've actually done an event at the B&H store before, years and years and years and years ago. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's the kind of thing that you can talk about, right? Like, what questions do you have that you want me to answer on stage? Let's talk about this. Let's build excitement for something that you have coming up. Maybe you have a launch coming up that you want to kind of tease up. Maybe you have something else. So there are lots of options under that upcoming events item. That one. The other thing is industry news. Words. Where's my coffee? The other thing is industry news. So that is definitely something, this is the topic that I was going to talk about today that I'm not quite ready to talk about because I want some more information. But what's going on in your industry? Is there anything that you can bring up that might be relevant to your audience, even if it's not huge news, but maybe you can find a bit of a different take on it or provide some insight into how they can use that news or what they should do around that news, right? That's always a great thing. Behind the scenes, I actually walked around my whole apartment today thinking, do I have anything behind the scenes I could show? And I have tons of stuff, but I have to I literally just cleaned up my place from the whole month, the like 4 months of crazy. You guys saw some of the behind the scenes of my studio where I was shooting the Bold Video Bundle product. And it was insane around here. So I just finally cleaned it up. I was like, I don't know if I want to pull out my gear. But you could do behind the scenes. People love behind the scenes. So I could literally turn on the camera and do a behind the scenes tour. Even though I've done a bazillion behind the scenes tours, that's something that I could have done. You can do it too. Rants or take a stand for or against something is always a great way to go when you don't know what to talk about. A thought of the day, speaking from the heart. That is one of my favorite things to do. And that's kind of a combo of what we're doing today, is a little bit of value, a little bit of like from the heart. Here's what's going on in my world. And I know it's really similar to a lot of the things that you face. So I thought we would just have a conversation about it, right? So you can take a thought of the day, you can speak from the heart. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly what your audience is expecting. When you're hitting a stumbling block or, just a wall in terms of what to create content about, try something around all of those ideas, and just, even if you just sit down and, like Marcus said before, if I'm struggling, I do a stream about that. I talk to my audience about that. That's what I'm doing today. So it's like, and then that creates a shared bond experience, right? So it doesn't have to be the same value as you consistently provide. It can be ancillary, and I want to encourage you, that can actually be one of the most powerful things in terms of content that you do. So I hope that helps. I would love your thoughts on this. If you have ideas, if you have thoughts, if you have, questions about anything else, or you just want to offer a word of encouragement to the community, I would love all of that. So I'm going to scroll up and kind of attack some of these comments. Not attack. There has to be some parts you can already deliver on. So here's the thing. I could. I don't want to yet, because we're still like finalizing some of the details on the back end. But yeah, like I'm honestly getting in my own way on that. I will admit to that. But as we all do, and as part of the thing that I do in my coaching membership is help you get out of your own way, right? And so I'm probably in that space, and that's why I have coaches for myself as well, so that they can help me see when I'm getting in my own way, which I love. Power rank things that fall under a topic, because ranking things always gives me more energy. I love that idea. So take a topic and then power rank things that fall under that topic as a content idea. I love that, Eden. Love, love, love that. Yeah, travel, so true, Kathleen. Oh my God. Travel is more than just the travel. There's the travel prep. There's the trip. There's the post-travel recovery, which usually takes me way too long. I'm like, why can't I recover? But yeah, that's definitely a big piece of it, right? I pivoted my channel to personal health challenge. I love that. Now the ideas come so easy to me. Marcus, I can't wait to watch, because that honestly, because it's so personal to you. So yeah, the ideas just keep flowing because it's your life. It's your world. I totally get that. Yes. Yeah. Kathleen. Yeah. You guys come hang out with me at B&H. I'll be on that panel on stage at the B&H store. And we're going to dive into some really good topics. I'm super excited about it. If you're interested in podcasting, if you're thinking about starting a podcast, which, by the way, lines are blurred here, which is hopefully something I can talk about during that panel. But that's a whole topic in and of itself. I'm actually going to write that down. Ba, ba, ba. Hold please. I'm just making notes for my own content strategy in the future. But if you are creating content in a series format of any kind, not gonna be a podcast. So, we can dive into that. But yeah, definitely come hang out with me, but be prepared. Probably, B&H would say bring your credit card for sure, because you're gonna wanna buy something. But yeah, words Luria use. What did I say? What did I say? I don't know. I know I'm behind. I'm getting caught up here. Let's see. Surviving. Oh, wow, JFK. I'm glad that you are safe. I'm glad that you are okay from the hurricane. I was looking for an option that says, what's a podcast? Oh, is there a poll? Was there a poll or something? Let's see. I used to listen to podcasts, but I lost the habit when I stopped commuting. Me too. However, now podcasts are on YouTube video. They're on Spotify, they're on everything. So I want to get back into the listening habit for sure. I listen to some podcasts to sleep. Heck, I listen to episode repeatedly, like the Juan show. Interesting. I don't think I could listen to words spoken to sleep, but that's an interesting idea. How is Arizona? It's going to be 114 degrees today. I see questions. I'm coming to your questions, coming to them. Just kept catching up on chat real quick. So Arizona was fantastic. So we were there doing a studio build for a client, Hillary Walsh. She does some amazing work. And I my sister and nephew live there. So I was able to go in early, hang out with them. And Abby was with me and she swam in a pool. So she doesn't normally swim. She was like, I can use some water right now. It was so hot. Yeah, so it was great. The studio build went fantastically. I love the studio. It's basically a 4-camera video studio and podcast studio. So I'll create some content and share it behind the scenes with you guys. I did a little bit on social. Nice. Congratulations, Simon. My podcast is going great. 6 episodes live already. Fantastic. Bantering launched our channel. 5 videos so far with 51 subs. This is pretty average. That's fantastic. Honestly, 5 videos with 51 subs is actually, I don't know that there's an average, but I've seen far less subs, with 5 videos. So congratulations. You are on your way. All right, let's see. Big learning curve going from YouTube to podcast. Yeah, it's totally different. God, I really need to do a video on this. I have so much to say about this topic, about podcasting and the difference between videos and podcasting. It depends on, are you trying to do a completely different format? Then yeah, the learning curve is definitely different, right? For sure. Is your regular stream on Wednesday? No, it's on Tuesday. Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific is the new schedule. I'm not normally wishy-washy when it comes to scheduling. Once I set something, I'm like, let's go. But yeah, it's been, the 9 a.m. on Tuesday just hasn't been working out, so. I learned a lot from this channel. Thank you. Great. I love to hear that. Thank you so much. I'm glad to see you here. If you're new around here, by the way, type new in the comments. Oh, audio recording and editing was the biggest challenge. Yeah, I totally hear that. Today is not Wednesday. So stop it. Stop it, mister. Okay. Oh man, yeah. It's gonna be 105 degrees here, and I'm like, that's definitely paddleboarding weather. So let's get to some questions that you guys have. And again, if you joined late, we were talking about things that you can do when you don't have anything to say or you're like struggling with what content do I create. So I gave you some ideas. If you just joined us, then definitely watch the replay. And also talked a little bit about consistency. So if you have questions about anything, just type Q in front of the question, and we're going to tackle some of those in the queue right now. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, the Elgato prompter videos seem to be very helpful for a lot of people, so I'm super glad that they were helpful for you. I have some others that I was thinking about maybe doing just because people still seem to have some problems with the Elgato prompter. but I think it's all been worked out for the most part. I think that like I learned about the correction feature on YouTube. Didn't know that existed. And a lot of people didn't know it existed. But there is a Elgato video that I did that I need to issue a correction on that video so that I point you to the correct information. But hopefully you already found that. Mike, what is your opinion about having multiple camera batteries versus external battery power for field work? Oh, so for field work, Mike, oh yeah. So every opinion I have, well, not every opinion I have on gear when it comes to things like that, a lot of it is nuanced to like, what kind of thing are you doing? So external, like field work, right? When we're talking field work, that can look like a number of different things. That can look like you're out in the field, you're outside or at a location of some kind, and you are setting up tripods, and like you have 3 tripods, you're doing talking head stuff, and those tripods don't necessarily move a lot. Or we can talk about field work that is totally on the go. So for field work, for field work that is like kind of you set up the tripods and you're not really moving those cameras around, then what I would say is definitely external power. So find an outlet if there is one available to you. Find an outlet, bring an extension cable. I used to use like some of those extension cables that had the rolls, right? So that you could roll it to wherever you needed to go. And so that would be my ideal, is to find some power if you're in an environment that has it and plug in via that. If you have to, move around a lot or you don't have access to power, then multiple camera batteries can absolutely work. There are portable battery packs that are like big and bulky, right? So you could also do some of those, is like these big ass these big battery packs that you can like, so that you didn't have to replace camera batteries. I would prefer something like that versus having to replace camera batteries, because I guarantee you at some point, if you're doing a lot of field work like that, at some point, you're going to be facing an issue. It depends on how many people you have on staff running camera stuff. But you're going to be facing an issue inevitably. A camera's getting low, you know it, it's on your list to tackle, right? But you're trying over here to fix this thing, and all of a sudden you run out of time and that camera battery dies. That's gonna happen at some point somewhere down the line. So I would avoid having to replace batteries at all costs, but if you can like do that in a way that doesn't completely ruin everything, then that would be a good way to go if you don't want to like lug around all of this heavy gear as well. Big ass batteries. I always leave the house. It's like big ass fans. Do you guys know that brand, Big Ass Fans? They have like these huge, they power, like they do fans in like big like tent spaces and stuff. Have you thought about doing a 10 cheap streaming items I can't live without? I'm writing it down. Bring on those. So I've been working on content strategy the past, over the weekend and the past few days. So I've got ideas going galore. So if you have ideas you want me to do something on, then let me know. I'm writing it down right now. No streaming items I can't live without. Paul Berg. All right, done. Let's see. What item are you thinking of? Huh? Yeah, totally. I'm sure you do. What? Okay, let's actually throw that. Oh my God. Let's throw that at, oh, yes, definitely. Throw that out at the community. What is your favorite cheap? Yeah, I know. This is another, I do cheap like camera options and people like inevitably like the comments flood. That's not cheap. What are you talking about? That's not cheap. But yeah, cheap definitely has a different definition to everybody. But what are your inexpensive, cheap has a negative connotation a little bit, but it's a good word still. What are your favorites? Put those in the comments right now. And maybe I can make this a community effort. That would be fun. Okay. Yeah, no, that's what I was saying about negative connotation is like when you say cheap, typically that means like it's low cost, but it's also low quality. But it works for titles on YouTube at the same time. So I have like a love-hate relationship with it. Okay. Under $50. Okay. Is that where we're going with this? Under $50. Wow. That's going to be hard. Okay. Maybe under 100. Can we go 100? Yeah, I'm sure you do, Paul. We have affordable, not cheap because they're super high quality. We have affordable graphics and video and streaming overlays on our store at livestreamingpros.com/store, all done by the magical Mr. Paul Dixon. That was funny. Okay. My new favorite is a wired precision trackpad. Awesome for managing my prompt. Okay, Kathleen, send, please. $32. Nice. If I become president. Oh, wait, hold on. This is Callie speaking, not me. If I become president, I'll make sure all quality DSLR cameras are under $40. I don't know how you're going to accomplish that because they cannot make it for under $40, but I vote for Callie. The dynamic mic under 60. Nice. We're starting a vote campaign. Everybody, hey, since she's vying for president right now, you might as well start a poll, Callie, and ask if people would vote for you for president or not. Most recent good gear I got was the small rig HDMI to micro HDMI adapter. Nice. Yes, good. The what plants to get for the best plants to get for the background under $50 to make your sets pop. There would be some lights that could go in that category as well. I like that. I see some affordable wireless microphones. Hopefully they are good. We will see. Nice. Oh, you bought some. Nice. Okay, next question. Keep your under $50, under $100 items coming. If you have any favorites that you want to share, I'll go back through here and grab those and do a video on it. I love doing videos that you guys want. So always ask me if you have something that you want me to do. So it looks like Callie's going to make president. So JFK, who agrees that YouTube needs a sort by language filter? You shouldn't be getting, so I've seen this in conversations. I've seen this kind of come up from time to time. You shouldn't be getting languages recommended to you. I'm assuming this is what you mean. You should not be getting languages recommended to you that you haven't expressed interest in, or that you haven't said like, I have this language. So if you watched one, you might have like, just make sure that you don't train the algorithm that you want to see that content. I think that's the right answer. But I don't know that we need a filter for that but maybe if you watch multiple languages, you would want that. I don't know. Do I get to vote? Yes, this is an international presidential vote. Because we can do that online. Let's see. Should I say cheap, big ass, affordable microphones? Yes. Yes, you should. Unless they're small. I mean, if they're small, then that doesn't make any sense. Got the you're just trying to make me say the word has. You got the Ulanzi MT65 overhead tripod for 40-ish. Nice. Okay, I'll take a look at that one. Ulanzi is a pretty good brand. So I like overhead tripod idea of that for sure. If you just joined us, by the way, I'm answering questions. We had some conversation before about what to talk about when you don't know what to talk about. And then now we're in Q&A time about anything you want to talk about. Also sharing ideas for things that you want to see videos that are coming up about. I'm actually really never mind. I'm not going to say anything, but we've got some great videos coming up soon. Oh, and by the way, the next video, I think the next video that we're producing, you guys asked a lot. I got this question a lot. So when I was in Arizona doing the custom studio build, so for those of you who don't know, part of our services, our done for you services at Live Streaming Pros, is that we build custom video studios. So a client will tell us, I want to accomplish this, all of these different things. And they want custom setups so that it's not just kind of a kit like we have in our Bold video bundle, but it's really custom to their needs, to their space, all of that. And so we do that and we design it and then we build it. And when I was in Arizona and taking behind the scenes pictures, y'all noticed, because y'all are perceptive people, and always notice this type of thing, that we had Sony's A6100 cameras in that build. And typically, y'all know that I like the Sony ZV-E10 cameras. And so I got a lot of questions, DMs, comments that were like, why Sony A6100s? Because that's a 2-year-old camera. So I did a video while I was on site about why I chose the 6100s versus the Sony ZV-E10s. So look for that. That should be coming out this week, but anyway, next time we release, that'll be in the video. So look forward to that, and hopefully that will help you. How was my 4th? My 4th is always terrible. I hate 4th of July. I have a dog who is scared of fireworks. I hate the fireworks. I hate New Year's Eve and I hate July 4th. But like, honestly, I don't know. Never mind. I'm not going to go down on that rant, but it was terrible. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. 2 years old. What I meant to say is 2 years older than the ZV-E10 because of the release dates. That's what I should have said. You're right. It is more like 4 years old, because the Sony ZV-E10 was about 2 years. Yeah, for sure. I know, just from pictures, everybody was like, hey, like, why are you doing Sony's A6100s? That doesn't make any sense. But it does, and I explain why in that upcoming video. All right, next question. Oh, yes, Callie, please, when you become international president, because everybody gets to vote here, you get to please ban fireworks. Please, please, please. She says yes. Fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. Yeah, well, that would be great if my dog would wear anything on her head. She won't even wear hats. She would never wear noise-canceling earphones, for sure. No, that's not fun part. That better be sarcastic, Marcus. Better be sarcastic. All right, next question. Fine, the Bantering Boneheads finally launched our channel. Oh, I answered that. Congratulations again on the sub count. You're rocking and rolling. JFK, should I assume YouTube search results are probably influenced by region, even though that wouldn't make sense because I'm not in India? What are you seeing? Okay, JFK, you got to tell me what's happening with your search. Can you describe what it is you're seeing? Because that might help me answer this. You must be, so you're seeing a lot of like video content from India? I don't know. Also, JFK. So with Oh, I didn't see. Did Diana post a video about that? I will check that out. I have not seen a Mark II on that, but again, I've been all over the place, so I may have missed it. But I will definitely check up on that and see what we can come up with. No. It's Callie who's running for president. I would never make it as international president. So it's Callie, and she's going to ban fireworks. On her ticket is banning fireworks and making sure that all high quality camera DSLRs are under, what was it, $50? $40. I believe under $40. So that's on her ticket. So if you want to vote for her, votes are happening now. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Drone displays are way better than the fireworks, in my opinion. Okay, $40, yes. A boatload of Indian and Russian videos when I sort by uploaded. I honestly don't know the answer to why you would be seeing that other than having clicked on some of them. But I'm guessing you're talking about from your home page, from your recommendations. But yeah, I don't know. Just uh-oh. Are y'all pitting me against Callie? Because if that happens, then I'm gonna go back to eCam Camp where Callie and I were competing against each other, and guess who won? She's gonna hate me right now. Wait, what are you gonna clean up on HDMI? That's a good question. I don't know. Do not turn this political, everybody. We're just having fun with this concept. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Michael would utilize the I don't want to see this button. That's right. I forgot about that button. So definitely like train the algorithm to say I don't want this button. Great idea, Michael. Thank you for saying that. Okay. I'm gonna let her to answer that one. All right. I did not cheat. I did not cheat. I couldn't have cheated. I had no power to cheat. Oh boy. You know what? You know what I'm sad about? Those of you who don't know, who aren't in, if you're in our coaching program, you know this already, but Callie moved. I'll let her say where she moved to because I don't want to like make that public if she doesn't want that. But yeah, so Callie moved away from me. And she loves where she's living now. She friggin' loves it. But here's what I did. So y'all remember when we had like Pocket Callie going on, right? In the good old days before she never visited here again. We had markers on the floor, like gaff tape markers on the floor of her spots when she would do Pocket Callie. And I didn't tell you this, Callie, but I had to pull that tape up over the weekend, and I was really sad. And I was like, we didn't even get to do another Pocket Callie stream before you left. So I pulled that tape up today, or this weekend, and I was sad. I almost cried, just a little bit. Yeah. Callie moved to Utah, and she's loving it, and she's convinced that I'm going to move there as well. So we shall see. Who knows? Do you think if you gave Callie more chocolate eggs that she would have stayed? Probably. I could have maybe convinced her with chocolate eggs. Whoa! What? I missed it. How did I miss that? No, me too. Okay, so I will do some research on that today, and if what's the word? If it warrants. That's the word I was looking for. Wow, that took a while to come out from the back of my brain. If it warrants a video or a stream, I'll work on that. But I will let you guys know what the details are on that. Is there a rumor about it being full frame? You know what? I think I did see something about that. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. It'll definitely increase the cost if that's the case. So can't wait to see what that potential looks like. Super chats are now active. Sorry. All right. We are going to update. So definitely add the LSP streams. Tuesdays. 10 a.m. Pacific. Now this page has 9 a.m. We're going to update that after this. But Tuesdays, 10 a.m. Pacific is what you want to put on your calendars to make sure that you're joining. I have some really cool stuff. So next week I'll be on the go. I won't be at my studio. The following week, I should be in studio. Anyway, there's going to be some on the goes, some in studio, and a couple of weeks over the summer period that I probably won't stream at all just because of travel. But here's what I've got coming up. I've got a trip to Yellowstone again coming up. So that I will not be streaming from the backcountry of Yellowstone. So that week, that's in August though. But I won't be streaming that week. I'll keep you updated on all this timing. But some of the things that we have coming up: Yellowstone, Ecamm Camp in October. I am speaking in Cabo, Mexico, in October as well. So looking forward to that. And what else? Oh, New York for B&H. I've got a potential client build, studio build, but I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. So we've got a lot going on, and I will be in and out of studio. So just keep updated on social. Make sure you're on our email list. If you're not on our email list, I send out reminders of these things. So, well, Sammy's gonna be at B&H. Nice, I can't wait to see you. Yay, super late. Sammy, super late, yes. But yeah, so just heads up, but I am going to do my very best through all of the upcoming travel and everything going on that I'm going to be Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific. Tuesdays, 10 a.m. Pacific. Tuesdays, everybody say it with me. In the chat room, say it with me. Type Tuesdays, 10 a.m. Pacific so that you remember that and show up each and every week. But I will keep you updated on social and the YouTube community tab in terms of when I am going to not necessarily be around, or that we do have something coming up. That's true. That is true. HQ. That's how I would be if my bros moved away. We all live in the same state, so I can definitely relate. Yeah, right? I've been busy. Too busy for me, Sammy? Although I guess you're coming to B&H, so I can forgive you for that. Question. I buy most of my gear from Amazon, but how good is B&H on not having everything on back order? B&H is great at not having everything on back order. There are some things that, so it's kind of like, here's the deal. Like so those of you who don't know, I'm just going to kind of give you a little bit of reference point in terms of how much I order gear. Whenever we do studio builds, I literally order all of the gear for the client. That is part of the service, because when we design and plan a studio, custom studio, we have like 80 to 120 line items of things that we have to order. And sometimes things are unavailable from the time of planning to ordering. Sometimes things get back ordered or whatever. And so a lot of what we order is on Amazon, but a lot of what we order is on B&H as well. And so there are particular types of items that tend to be better bought on B&H, and there are particular things that are better bought on Amazon, based on availability and things like that. But I will say, like, mostly I don't see back ordered stuff on the types of things that we order on B&H, so that's not really an issue. And then, like, the third place I go is like Adorama, if both Amazon and B&H are out of something. But I don't really have issues with that. The one thing about B&H is returns that I have found. Certain, things have a return fee, so I pay attention to that. And so, like, there's like any of the Impact brand, like the Varipoles and things like that, I always order on B&H because they're more availability, they're the better pricing, and so, like, Impact brand is great on B&H. But like things like cable ties and things like that, I go to Amazon for, right? So it depends. As I like to say, that you could probably hate me for saying that. It depends, it's nuanced. Second try on low budget. Wait, what? Huh? Thank you for the super chat. I don't know what this means. Yeah, you can't not come to the event Tuesdays. There you go. Thank you. B&H usually just lists a lot of things too early, making it seem like everything is on back order. Yeah, they do. That way that there is a way to order it for sure. But I mean, if you have never been to the B&H store in New York, you gotta make it a point. If you ever go to New York, you gotta make it a point to go to the B&H store. The other, slight thing with B&H, as much as I love B&H, and I love their dedication to the reasoning behind closing orders, online orders. Like, I love that they have that dedication, and I love that they do that for them. But sometimes I'm like, I need to order it now. So that has gotten me into trouble a couple of times for sure, as I think everybody, but I think it's super cool that they do it at the same time. Like, so I'm kind of like, I love it, and let me order. Saved on, oh no, that's frustrating. No, okay. So I spend too much at B&H, so I have to spend less. Well, B&H would say otherwise. I'm pretty sure of it. So who knows? I've ordered a couple of things from B&H before. They seem really good overall. Yeah, they're fantastic. And honestly, like, anytime I've had to deal with their customer support, it's been wonderful. So I love B&H. It's just like they don't also have, yeah. Oh, with the used and refurb quality on B&H versus Amazon, I would totally agree with that as well. So, second try for virtual Cali. Got it. Sorry. Yeah, totally. B&H higher on the list than Statue of Liberty for sure. Okay, JFK, I have plans to build an overhead camera stand, a heavy one. Are those L-shaped big stand cranes or jibs? Well, it depends on what you need. So a jib is going to have movement to it, right? So a jib gives you the ability to go, like, sweeping camera shots, that kind of thing. So a jib is really great for kind of moving around and getting multiple different layered shots. But if you just want a standalone camera shot and you're not going to be moving that, then I wouldn't go for a jib. It would be overpriced for what you need. So hopefully that answers that question. But yeah, you could go, depending on your space, you could go a Varipole with a Manfrotto arm and, pointing down, or you could go for a C-stand, rolling C-stand if you need a little bit of flexibility. So those are all options there. so when I build like custom stuff, like I'm looking at how much space do we have? What do we want to use that space for, right? These are some of the questions that we have to answer. But yeah, prime shipping. But B&H has a lot of stuff that is like included shipping as well. Yeah, so there are reasons to get like an ATEM or a separate video switcher. I have a video on this actually, David, on my channel. ATEM versus eCam, I think is the title, something around there. But the short and sweet answer, and you can watch that for a more in-depth answer, I would use the hardware switcher under two circumstances. One, when the power of the computer isn't enough to have all of these different cameras and multiple angles. And then two, I would use it for bigger productions. So when we did EYR, our virtual event, those of you who've been around a while know that we had we had lots of camera angles. We had multiple Zoom rooms coming, like all of these different signals going all of these different which ways. You should have seen the wire map for EYR. It was intense. And for that, we definitely used hardware switchers because that allowed a lot more flexibility versus what just software can accomplish on its own when you have something that big. So yeah, those are kind of the two main reasons that I would go the hardware switcher route with what is available at the moment. Oh my God, B&H has a customer service phone number. Yes, they do. How awesome is that? Oh. Yeah, yeah. You can get cheap options for this kind of stuff. This is not an area that I would go cheap. There are areas that I'm totally fine saying like spend as little as you can. But when it comes to things like mounting and safety of cameras, you've spent a lot of money on your cameras. Don't spend less on the mounting solution to keep them safe. So like that's really important to take into consideration. Okay. All right. You guys. So remember, I've got a meeting, so I'm gonna jet, but remember, upcoming travels, I will be in and out of studio, but I will do my very, 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 very best to stay on track with Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Pacific. So put that in your calendar and make sure that you're planning to show up. In the next few weeks to month, I will have some exciting updates for you, and that's all I've been saying. Like usually I tease a lot more, but I just want to kind of get all of it sorted on the back end, and that's taking a little longer than we had planned, of course, because everything does. So no, I did not know. I didn't even know that they had an app. I just used the website. I know. I mean, it is what it is right now. Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea. Bubble wrap your cameras. That would be a great gag video. I like it. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that some of these ideas that I gave you at the beginning of the stream were helpful for when you run into a wall with ideas, just to have some stuff in the back pocket and ready to rock and roll. Just get creative and trust your community as well, right? That's a really important piece of it. I love you guys. Let's dance this baby out maybe a little bit because I don't have credits again. I'm sorry. I'm going to fix that, Paul. Sorry. I will do that. Wait, hold on. Let me just see. Yeah, I don't think it's in this. I need to get... So, okay, one more thing before y'all leave. When I talk to clients and students, I recommend having an eCam profile together with the Stream Deck profile, right? That those two things are matchy-matchy. I do so much testing and so much like changing out of things around my world that I'm constantly like screwing up the connection between Stream Deck and and Ecamm. So I got to get that under control. And but anyway, that was just a random thought because that's why I don't have credits. Wait a second. I just found them. We're gonna dance this baby out. Is it playing?